Hello everyone, and welcome to a second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. I just want to do a quick little year ahead reading for Queen Camilla. I want to keep the momentum going with those year aheads. I'm going to do William and Catherine in the next few days. I know she's got a big birthday coming up. Well, not a big birthday, a birthday. So I will do those readings closer to that birthday. But I just want to check in with the Queen. I did one for the King. There were some moments of concern in that reading. So I need to look at her. The new Palladini tarot on the tarot table. It's a nice royal kind of a tarot. I'm going to do a pared down reading. Just 6 quick little cards. We're going to look at the basic things. Her public profile, her health, her marriage, her overseas tours. We're going to look at how she's going to be doing as Queen and anything that might be hidden. And then, of course, the underlying energy will be the signifier for the year. Like an overall theme for the year, if that makes sense to you. So 6 cards, an underlying theme for the year, a signifier for the year. And let's hope we get some nice cards. I think that the senior working royals can all do with some relief. There's the Emperor, the King of Cups. That's Charles showing up twice in this. We put him back in. Shuffle again. She was had some health issues last year. She, of course, was quite emotional at times. Okay, we're getting one of these funny cutting things that happens. Don't panic. We just go with what happens. And see what the cards have to tell us. I have to tell you, it's just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is, of course, all my opinion, all speculation. I just read energy, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. Ace of Swords. It's going to be quite a defining year for her at some level. It's a very clean energy, the Ace of Swords. It's very decisive, very clear. She's going to be very clear about how her year is going, what she wants, what her needs are, how she expresses herself. It's very much about expressing yourself, the Ace of Swords. Declaring to people, this is it, this is what needs to happen, this is what I need, this is what you need, da-da-da-da-da. It's quite impressive energy in terms of just taking charge and telling and holding the crown aloft. So as ever, supporting the crown. And I found that one of the most interesting things about the events of last year, when the King and the Princess of Wales were struck down and out of the picture, and William was having to rush around and look after his wife and his 3 kids, and there was panic on, basically. And Queen Camilla was the one who stepped forward and went to lots of events by herself and sort of kept the whole thing chugging along. It's kind of got that energy, but it's not from a place of panic and weakness. It's from a place of decisiveness. Very interesting. I would not have picked that card out of the lineup and said, you're the card for me. So let's see. This is 2025 for the Queen. Her public profile, how's she going to be looking? 7 of Cups. And it's in reverse. It's the card of options, the card of possibilities, and the possibilities and the options narrow considerably when the card is in the reverse. It's somebody who's just very pragmatic. It's not an upsetting energy. I'm not getting worried when I see the 7 of Cups in reverse. I'm getting more of, okay, I'm under no illusions about how the world is and what I need to do. I'm not building castles in the air. I'm not young and naive and filled with, or middle-aged and naive like somebody in Montecito. It's just pragmatic. This is the way it is. This is what I have to do. So this is what you're going to get. And I think people will see that. Oh, well, she's just going to show up and she's just going to do what she's going to do. And no fooling around, no fancy, frippery and silliness. It just is what it is. Pretty much like she did last year. So, a crucial card I'm a bit discombobulated with these cards laid out the way they are, but I know it's the health card because I practiced in my mind. The second card is the health card. It's the health card. We don't like the Page of Pentacles in reverse. It's giving me kind of prescriptions, because pages are talking, communicating, writing, messaging, energy, and Pentacles is about your body, the physical world, the materium, basically, and it's in reverse. So she might get news that's rather negative. We might hear news that's rather negative about her. She might be on certain medication. I'm sure she is on medication. I think she has health issues that require medication. But it's kind of unsettling news for her. That, and for us maybe, if we hear it. Or it might be kept from us, with the card being in the reverse. And increasingly, as I do these royal readings, these reversed cards indicate secrecy to me. I think the royal family is great at covering up things they don't want us to know about. I think it's probably the thing that they do best. That's my rather cynical take on them at this point. And so there's something going on in there that is not positive news. It means the little Page of Pentacles upright is the student, is the person who's progressing through life and has all of that to come. There is a sense of not so much to come, and I don't want to upset people and dwell on things like that. But yeah, it's a setback kind of an energy. How about those the marriage? Then I saw a little bit of conflict in the marriage. I think I often pick up that energy when I look at them. They still seem quite happy together when they're laughing at things and giggling away, and very easy in each other's company. So what's going on there? I've got the Two of Pentacles, and it's in reverse as well. It's the card of overwhelm. Priorities, juggling, energy, resources, and obviously not financial resources. Pentacles in this reading don't represent money, they represent physical well-being. Those kinds of resources that you have, your energy, and it's in reverse. The two of them struggling to find equilibrium. Her struggling to balance him, keep him on an even keel. He probably taking on too much, working too hard. She's always moaning about that. He works too hard. She obviously had the reputation of, I think she was called the laziest woman in England at some stage. She showed that she's not. Last year, I think, still supporting the monarchy very powerfully with this signifier energy, but finding it difficult to find balance, to find the resources, the limited resources that they both have to support each other. And she obviously probably doing more of the supporting, being a woman, and quite old school maybe in her ways of being. Nothing wrong with that either, just by the way. So a bit of overwhelm there. I'm not seeing drama and conflict and running away and all of that kind of stuff, but just exhaustion, really. So that's the marriage. How about overseas tours? They are planning tours. We hear what's going on there. Seven of Rods in reverse. She doesn't want to do this. She might bail out. Just too much. Feeling very vulnerable when the card is in reverse. It's being on the back foot, being defensive, feeling... It's normally feeling that you're under attack and you've got to defend yourself, the Seven of Wands, and a very simplistic description of it. I tend to simplistic explanations of cards in these royal readings. I've tried to keep it simple because we're dealing with quite a complex family. There isn't that much space for nuances in these readings. That's my personal take on it anyway. Other people probably do it quite differently. But for me, that just means that she feels vulnerable. She feels like she doesn't have the energy to do these things. And she's like, oh no, here we go again. Do I really have to? And she might just take a sickie. and last minute can't do it, I'm sick. There have been a few moments like that. I think she does that. I do think she has health issues. I'm seeing that Page of Pentacles, that either are being hidden from us or will be communicated to us, that she's having a bad day or she's having whatever, can't go wherever. I'm not seeing her enjoying trips overseas. I'm seeing her doing her best to avoid them. That's my reading, my personal energy reading. So that's overseas. How about her as queen, her status, her impact, her role? How's that going to go? I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Again, it's the difficulty that they're going through. I think this is something she really didn't want and really didn't ever imagine would come her way. It's luck, the Wheel of Fortune. It's timing, it's karma, it's destiny, it's all of those enormous things that we feel are beyond our control. And this feels to her like a burden and something she doesn't want. This is the poison chalice. This is, do I really have to do this? And that comes back to the Seven of Cups, her public profile. I think people look at her and know that this is not what she would have loved to do. What she would love to do is stay at home with her garden and her dogs and her grandkids and her friends and all of that kind of stuff. And why not? She's 78, I think, now. But the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, just something she doesn't want to do. And especially when the royal family is really going through it. It had a very difficult 2024. I think it's going to go down as one of the most difficult years. 2025 might have some wobbles. We'll get more of a clue of the wobbles when I read on William and Catherine, but I've already seen wobbles with the king. And hidden energy, 12th house. Just leaving it open to universe, what's going on there. Six of Pentacles is about balance. And I'm getting the sense that she's really, it's giving me an energy which doesn't normally give me, of self-care, of making sure that systems are in harmony. Sixes are about harmony in tarot. After conflict, which is the 5 energy in tarot, comes harmony and resolution and just kind of an energy. So we're in Pentacles. We know that's the body in this. I think she's that ashram or whatever it is place she goes to in India. I know she doesn't like traveling. I'm sure she's not going to set off there. Well, she might. But I think there's going to be a lot of that behind the scenes that we don't know about. A lot of maybe even alternative therapies, things like that that just balance her systems. I don't know how into that kind of stuff she is. I know the king is into that kind of stuff. I don't know if she is. But whatever is going on behind the scenes, there's nothing sinister in here. And that's not a calamitous card, the Page of Pentacles. It's more just tired. It's more just a sense of winding down rather than embarking on a whole new adventure. This has been careful, harvesting her energy, making sure that she takes time out to fill the well, to replenish herself. When I say fill the well, I'm reminded of Julia Cameron in The Artist's Way. It's me time. Self-care, getting away from him. He's difficult, he doesn't listen, he pushes himself too hard. I think she sneaks off and does the things she wants to do, and I'm all for it. I think it's commendable. I'm actually relieved to see that kind of card show up in the 12th house, where I could expect to see a much more difficult card. So even though I've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here in her aspect as queen, which would be 10th house, it's not alarming me necessarily. There may be things that happen. I think there are going to be things that happen in the royal family, but she's holding this crown aloft. She's doing her best to keep the monarchy going through this tricky period, ironically, given her history. And I've gone on for long enough, and thank you for putting up with me, and I will see you again tomorrow.